When you go through transition, it requires you to start focusing on yourself. So I talked about being in the field, meaning Eric. When you're in isolation, you're really out in the field. It's not the fancy time. As a matter of fact, when you're in isolation, you're the most like a lamb that you've ever going to be, because usually you're going to be in a servant mode. You're going to be uncelebrated. You're not going to be in the front of everybody. You might be in the back. I had a time when I was a youth minister. And so my role as a youth minister was I was setting up, cleaning up. I did all the dirty work. Everybody else was in the front. I was in the back. But it was during that time that I learned who I was, and I learned more about my purpose. But there's a painful part of isolation because you're going to be misunderstood, and you're going to be by yourself a lot because it's time for growth. When the lion is out in the field, sometimes male lions will meet up with other male lions who are also being kicked out of their pride and isolation, and they'll bond together. So when you're in isolation, you may find people that's trying to do the same thing. You may find people that's like, you know what? I'm trying to make some changes in my life too. And during those changes, during that isolation, you will begin to develop what's already being in waiting for you. So all the stuff that you thought was terrible, like I had some good teachers growing up, but I had some very bad experiences in education. So when I was evolving and going through my isolation, transition, purpose, and pain, all those things that were in me became unlocked. So I told myself, I want to be an educator that you can have all F's and I won't treat you any different. You see, in schools, sometimes educators treat their A students better than they treat their F students. Why? Why is that? If anything, the students who have the F's need more love and encouragement to keep coming to school. So I told myself, I want to be an educator that no matter what your grade is, you can feel that I love you. So you can be motivated. I tell my students all the time, when I was in 11th grade, I worked a job at a grocery store. Prior to that, I had 3 paper routes. I never saw a dime of that money because I had to give it to my mom because we didn't have any money.